it's a play all three. So we have 3 good ones, hopefully, in store for us. And let's get into the action. The 2 players will want to be building a TC pretty quickly as soon as they find a wood line. THRILLHO starts by the looks of it. So THRILLHO is going to be to the left, and that immediately makes me want to go and change this around because I will get confused. So TC to the northwest for THRILLHO. To the middle of the map, slightly south for Fred. Playing as the Mapuche. So this feels like a bit of an FC Bolas idea. And the Japanese, well, they'll want the ponds. That's the first thing that comes to mind. As for a composition, well, they can go their skirms. Because they do get fully upgraded. And just thinking about the Bolas riders, the infantry will be quite handy as well. So maybe there is a plan to play into the longswords. Maybe some rams. See how that goes. THRILLHO's dropping a dock. So this start will be like your standard Nomad. You want to drop a dock pretty quickly and a house. And by the looks of this map, again, very similar to Nomad. There's deer around the place. There's sheep. There's boars that the players will want to be going to. Fred has got the TC up first by a decent margin, actually. It's going to be a whole villager ahead. Maybe a little bit more too. A villain a bit ahead is a nice start, but is slower on the dock, so might be slower to the first fishing ship. And they've docked opposite ponds. So that'll be something to watch as well. I have a feeling that this vill should be used to take this boar eventually. Oh, hang on. I was clicking too many things. The boar has got 340 food, no difference there. Nope, it's going to be this vill taking the boar. There are going to be other boars out and around. Ooh, unfortunate start here for Fred. No sheep. No sheep to scout with. This is awkward. And I can see why you'd send a villager at that point. Just got to try and find something. Has to get loomed. That should be okay. He'll be able to kill this boar and he'll be able to sit under. He'll be alright, but not having the sheep is just so awkward. If we look at THRILLHO's perspective, sheep are scouting around. First boar's come in. Has eyes on another one there. Eyes on one down here, which he may go for. And is there something in this area too? Just up the top there is. So maybe he goes for that. Up the top there as that would be a 4th one if he went for the other 2 and already has one underneath as well. We're seeing another boar come in for Fred. Of course, has loomed, a little bit of idle time. Unfortunate, no sheep start. Makes it very hard to get things underway. And he's heading out again. Probably just heading out again to try and find more boars, to be honest. And it looks like that vill has been tasked straight onto the boar. Does now have a sheep running around, which is important. Wants to just bring in as many boars as possible. I wonder if... I don't know if there were treaty lines on this map in this tournament or not. As this field may need to be quick walling a little bit. Can the pig get involved? The little pig to stop the boar? Yeah, not bad. A little bit of a touch. Yeah, you take that. Tiny little break there. This field should be okay. You can place the house pretty quickly if you do have the wood on hand. It's not too bad, but this field will get home pretty safely as well. Nicely done. And that's boar number 3, or is that even number 4? There is another one here. That is visible now. Certainly should consider that. As for fish, it's 2-1. So, eco lead slightly in THRILLHO's favour now. It doesn't have loom yet, I assume. It does have loom, actually. It doesn't have the idle time, though. I'm going to see this vill go for a long walk. Going for this boar now. So with loom, it's just going to pick up the sheep along the way. I like that too. So if we have a look at the map a little bit wider, not too many hills. I think Nomad is a little bit hillier than this. And of course, the water's around the outside. Here, we might just see the 2 players just dock a little bit themselves, but we might not be going too crazy. Oh, Vil. This guy has to worry a little bit. THRILLHO got housed for the moment there. It's a little bit awkward, and has lost the ball. Oh, no. Disaster. Ball's going to walk all the way back. Brutal. Not a fun start there. We're going to see another house here. Both players getting housed at 20 pop. It's it can be quite difficult on Nomad. You're producing fish, you're producing vils, you're trying to lure boars, you're maybe trying to take some deer, trying to work out where your resources are. The starts can be very difficult, and it takes a lot of practice to really get it right. You see a mill out here for these 3 deer, and we're going to see settlement out near the stone for Fred. Wonder if that is deliberate. There is a stone here. I thought that could be an option. Maybe it's just going for something a little bit safer out the way. THRILLHO will be the first one up. It's got a couple of boars rolling around at home. Didn't bring in that one in the end, so should be 3 boars under the TC here. It does have 5 fishing ships, I think. Looking at the size of these ponds here, given it's not contested, I would say 10 feels like a good spot to go to. Any more, it starts getting really awkward. 10, because we're going to see fast castles, I imagine. We're going to see fast castles here. This is a 20 vil uptime. Quite fast. Does have gold under the TC as well, which is not too bad. I wonder if that is... It's just going to be a sale. Could be like range... I mean, it has to be market if it's a fast castle. It could be a range to back it up instead of a blacksmith. Or it could just be a blacksmith with the plan of going infantry. It's actually going to be a stable. Fred's up at a little bit of a kind of time, I think. 1 vil later, of course there's some idle time in there as well. This feels a little bit nicer in terms of selling perhaps 100 stone. And then maybe goes a little bit heavier to stone to go up and drop a castle. This is going to be an aggressive hill. THRILLHO can get access to this hill here. Able to siege push down on the dock as well as the town centre. Could get very awkward here. And a similar kind of access for Fred at the blue base, but there's going to be a couple of walls up that'll disrupt that a little bit. THRILLHO has got 2 buildings, blacksmith stable, making a couple of scouts. Does have 14 on food, so can produce the scouts until the stone comes in. Fred will be up first. He's moving a few more to stone. I think we're going to see a castle drop. But THRILLHO will have the map control. Will know exactly where to raid. He's actually jumped in here with a scout and jumps out. I think can bring a second one in, but yeah, there's going to be a wall attempt here. I mean, you just quick wall the other one on those 2 spots. Oh, there's a vil on the outside. It's going to get sniped. Should go down with 2 scouts there. Very nice. Vil goes down. And there is a spearman out of them. I mean, Mapuche making spears out of a settlement. Yep, there you go. Using the Civ bonus to full advantage. I was very confused as to how the spearman arrived, but there you go. Settlement on cue. 4 scouts. Feels like enough given the walls are down and the spears can be produced. I'll tap away. THRILLHO will have a fair idea that stone is being taken. Castle won't be ready, though. So worth noting that the castle will not be ready at the conclusion of the Castle Age up. And there is a forward dock here for THRILLHO. He's going to try and attack on the water with fletching coming in as well. Has me thinking maybe there is a plan for a couple of galleys, potentially. I think if you make 3 galleys, you can kind of... 3 galleys and then a hulk behind it. 3 galleys, but don't show it until you've got 3, so you can quickly kill these fish. And then have a hulk ready to go. Can work, or just make the hulk, that's also fine. It's a small pond. It works. Looks like Fred has bought the castle here, sold some wood, bought some stone, and a castle will come up on top of the other stone. And that says to me it's going to be Kona as the unit of choice. Only 3 fishing ships. To be honest, yeah, maybe the... THRILLHO doesn't know how big the investment is here. But... yeah, this is probably not necessary. Probably just 2 hulks and see what your opponent does at that point. But good amount of fishing ships on this side. You can see there's a decent eco lead. And he's going to be able to pressure in certain areas. Just has to be walled up and ready for the attacks of the Kona. None have been created yet. And there is actually a second town centre being dropped. Makes me wonder whether the castle is just for protection. And is the plan to go for a bit more of a boom? Forward house, that's going to get attacked. And now we're going to see 2 Castle Age hulks roll their way forward. Get in between the fishing ships and the dock. And, I mean, these guys might all die. This may not even get noticed. And it won't. I like it. 2 hulks and a fire. And then I think behind that you can make some fishing ships. May as well get to 6 fishing ships on this pond as well. Use that Japanese bonus. Get it rolling. And THRILLHO's in a nice spot. He's getting forging. So he's going to have a night out. Already got Bodkin for cav archers are going to be rolling around. Otherwise, it's a pretty calm start. Position looks good for our Australian, our blue player. See, the dock's going to go down without a fight. And decent army on the field now. This is a very, very decent army. Second TC on the way up. 12 on food, so it should be able to sustain the production. These spears will drop, and Fred's might need to start thinking about the unit of choice. It is going to be Bolas Rider eventually. Eventually we got to the Bolas Rider. But I do question whether it's a bit of a long-winded way to get there. And I believe... ooh, someone might have to confirm this one for me. Is a Bolas Rider considered a ranged soldier here? Or is that like a... is ranged soldiers only for crossbow and their offshoots, like the Genoese and the Rata and the Plumes? And if I really wanted to go into the maths, I could do so. Guess it says +2 against archers, whereas this comes under an archer. Unique mounted archers. So that says to me they are archers. So this bonus should apply. We're otherwise in a bit of a quiet period. Both players are booming. There is a workshop here for THRILLHO. It's gone Mangonel. Has a good view on the map with both ponds. That helps with a bit of the vision and maybe any counterattacks. And even this dock as well helps a little bit, right? I'd consider like a little bit of Kawasan in a way as well. Actually, I've just realized something. I reckon I've still got my mods. Do I have my mods on? It's called Winter Lakes. It's probably very icy and snowy, and yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Lots of snow around. The mini-map will remain green, by the looks of it. But the rest of it, yeah, bit more of a natural feel to it all. There is a monk out to help convert the knight. A couple of cav archers. And yeah, Rapunzel, I think I agree. I think the cav archers will do that extra +2 against like other cav archers. Maybe another castle now. For Fred, who's losing Vils here. Has to be very careful. I'm not sure this castle is going to be deleted, and he's actually 5 stone short of recreating it. THRILLHO's with a bit of a push here. Couple of mangonels on the face. He's going to go after the monk. He's going to get the monk eventually. I assume there's an outpost planned. He accidentally clicked a gate. There it is. Outpost on the way. And a castle in the middle. Is that on a hill as well? Just between some hills, but in a good spot. And Fred under the pump. Cav archers. Well, they've just done 8 damage there. And they have 2 damage naturally. And those are Kona. And there is some armor, so it makes sense that if I go back and I grab one, I reckon the Bolas Rider's got +1 armor and +1. Just 1 base pierce armor. The Kona will clean these guys up for now. Coming out of the castle, of course. Cavalry. They have, what do they got there? 3 base pierce armor. 1.55 speed, so they are faster than cav archers, especially the ones that don't have husbandry. But you can't really upgrade them. You definitely can't upgrade them with armor. You can upgrade them with their attack. And you can make them cheaper as well. Fred's running out to the side, found some food. Boar, berries, deer, not too bad. A couple of castles helping the eco stay protected. I wouldn't mind like the Kawasan equivalent here. It's a bit I mean, it's a bit aggressive, but we are actually seeing it, by the way. The walls are coming in. I was thinking you wall to these ponds, especially as THRILLHO has full access to them. By the way, hopefully we get Imp and a cannon galleon or 2 to help take down the castle. That would make me really happy. That would just be amazing. Cannon galleon going after this castle. Of course, there should be a bit of a Treb war, and the Japanese Trebs are amazing. But, yeah. Throw a cannon galleon into the mix, why not? It's going to be cav archers against Kona. Ooh, going to see a counter-attack here. Red's going to roll forward. Doesn't see that blue is coming forward with the cav archers. You hear the Kona, the attack sound that they're making right now. pretty much in sync as well. Very nice. Cav Archers rolling around. They're going to find some Kona. They're going to find some Vils. Forging comes in. You can see THRILLHO's also planting some pikemen to protect against the protect against the Kona. Could use ballistics too, but I think might be prioritizing in. Cav Archers are getting some kills, of course. Yeah, with ballistics, they'd kill the Vils a lot quicker. Kona are being forced back to defend. I think they took out that range. So now they're back to defend the Cav Archers that are raiding the eco, but THRILLHO's going to be up. He's clicked up 3 minutes away. We're now seeing Husbandry come in. The Kona are going to chase him down. Yeah, Husbandry coming in will be important for the Cav Archers to try and run away. These guys will just have to take what they can get, and if they can take some Vils, that's probably the best option for them. Or they just try to sneak away ever so slightly slower than the Kona. But if they fall back to the castle, they should be alright. Another settlement. So Fred's position is okay. He's very much down in Vils. THRILLHO has added fish in this pond. Has a great eco KDs on the way to Imp. Feels like he's in a position where he should be able to convert. But there's no guarantees in this game. So I like that little wall off on this side. And he's going to try the same on the other side as well. Might need to hurry up with the quick walls. Sure enough, gets them in. Nice little walls there. There is a tree right next to the stone gate. Lovely stuff. I think it's worth actually stone walling on the outside as well. Then that just pushes everything through the middle. And you can focus on the middle, and you can choose to run around the sides at your own will. Split off half the map. Make it play the game on your terms. Doc's going to go down here, but yeah, THRILLHO's just going to make another one at in his half of the pond. Doc will drop. No, left alone because the pikeman rocked up just in time. The pikeman turned up and rushed them all away. Seeing Gilnet's thumbering, look at all the upgrades coming in. Wheelbarrows come in, iron castings come in, heavy plow. Pressing all the buttons, has a little bit of time to just click what's needed. Imp is here. Trebs can start rolling away and rolling out. Cataparuto might be in the queue as well. How expensive is that? It's a wood gold, so can't quite afford it at the moment. Getting Trebs out is more important than the upgrade. The chemistry's coming in too. Brilliant. All the buttons being pressed. That's very good. Very, very good indeed. There is Vils going after an outpost. So now, got a couple of Bolas riders here. These guys, they do have their one base pierce armor. So yeah, I think that confirms that the Cav Archers do the bonus damage against these guys. Pikeman being a nuisance. Ballistics is in as well, which is good. And time to fight. All the pikemen are going to come in. Remember, these pikemen do attack faster, 33% faster. Can the Kona get the raids in that they wish? Will the castle go down, in fact? Castle is being repaired, but only by 4 Vils. There are 3 Trebs in there. There's two Trebs in there. One is being attacked a little bit and has gone down, in fact. And the Red Army has actually cleaned this up and is held for the time being. The Red Army has done the job, and lo and behold, there is a cannon galleon on the way. THRILLHO very much awake to the potential win conditions here, and taking down that castle is one of them. So there's a converted Kona in there now too. Just needs to mass the trebs and maybe get a few little repairs going. And in fact, the game has been called. Fred has tapped out, perhaps as a result of the army going down. Seeing the score potentially as well. Maybe was just put off by the sight of the glorious cannon galleon and realized there is no point playing on when the cannon galleons are out. And there's some beautiful samurai on the field as well. But THRILLHO goes up 1-0 here in this play all three. And I just also realized I had the score dots off. We can put that in place there. 1-0. We'll just quickly scroll through the stats. So pikemen there, cav archers, a little bit of everything. I think from Fred's perspective, I think he wanted to go Bolas riders, but went for the castle first. Probably just needs to base the build around the Bolas riders and accept that the base will be a bit open, but with a good build, the Bolas will be very, very aggressive, and they will force the opponent to defend at home instead of needing the castle to do that job. So maybe it was just in two minds. Wasn't really sure which way to go. Maybe wanted to open Kona and just found it a little bit difficult. THRILLHO had the plans for a couple of scouts to figure out where to go, and then into the cav archers it did a little bit better. Had both ponds, or both lakes, and therefore had a bit of an eco lead the whole way through, especially with Japanese fishing ships as well. You can see that eco advantage, res collected advantage, really broke away by the end. And were there any relics? Just saw a relic came in near the end of that match. Their kills losses pretty similar, no real monk play. And the uptimes were pretty similar as the two players went for similar builds. And for those who care, speed of the players. And we'll get game number 2 underway. We are on Bedouins. And the two players are now preparing for where they're going to drop their TCs. In fact, this is a 9-ville start on this map. THRILLHO still looking around, trying to figure out where he wants to drop a TC. It's going to be here near some wood and some shorefish. There'll be lots of dots around the map, as there's lots of vills and lots of sheep being found. No sheep problems for Fred in this game, unlike the last one. It feels like, just looking at this with a 9-ville start, feels like Chinese are a bit broken. And yeah, they were a band indeed, given the extra 3 vills and how quickly you can just get that eco rolling. And TCs are up. Time to get things going. There is a vill that, oh my god, it nearly died to the boar, but no issues in the end. Everyone survives. Fred's happy. Immediate lumber camp. Not big on the internal lumber camp, personally, but it can work. Also, this is a little bit less standardized than the African clearing map that's currently on the ladder. That map has got very standard ponds, just like boxed out. This one's a little bit more random by the looks of it. Some ibex. Ibex? Yes, some ibex out on the field to take as well for the players. Gonna see a lumber camp out on the side for Fred, which is nice. Ethiopians, hey? You would think the Ethiopians will want to play into their archers. And you would think the Vietnamese will want to play into their skirms a little bit. Could make for an interesting battle indeed. Some of the best archers going around against, well, some of the best skirms going around. The best skirms in a 1v1 context, potentially. Vills should keep being produced here. It feels like this build should be a little bit smoother for the players compared to the last one. No fishing ships to worry about. THRILLHO will know exactly where to go, so you can use the scouts. Look at the scouting on this, by the way. How much of the map he sees. He can know exactly where to go for any boars. Come out this way, and it's probably already brought a couple of them in. But could even go for this one if he really wants a long walk. For Fred, it's not as big, but does see his immediate surrounds. Going out to some berries, actually, at the moment. Or is he going for the shortfish, potentially? Probably first shortfish, second berries, or a bit of a split. He's going to gain a goat there, which is quite nice. Might tell him, oh, hang on a moment, is my opponent just up this way? Bit of an idea, but yes, this scouting from THRILLHO, very, very nice indeed. But he just is in the middle of the map. It could make walling difficult. See how he goes. 20 is where Loom is coming in. Maybe was a touch housed, or was going to be housed. He's going to keep adding a few more vills. And then be interesting to see how they go about this. Maybe THRILLHO's going to think about, well, I mean, could go Cav Archers again, potentially, but it does feel like skirms are just a safe opener against the Ethiopians. Unlikely that they open Knights, right? Right? It's up very quick, 21 vills. Remember, 9 vills start as well, so this is a very fast uptime. So maybe this plan is going to be scouts, or it's going to be feudal age archers. I think the key, or a key to this map and this kind of map is being able to delay farms as long as you can. Having access to shorefish, having access to your herdables, bringing them back in eventually. You know, they do their scouting, bring them in. Just having, 500 extra food there, not before you have to start dropping a farm. Go out long distance, some ibex, 4 vills per ibex is good, the right amount, long distance. 4 vills in that fashion. Then they take pretty much 35 each. Walk back, go to the next one. And that's a good little route to do it. And we are going to see an archery range. There is not enough food to fast castle off this. So I imagine it's going to be archers. There's 2 on goal. The Ethiopians, however, should be able to fast castle behind this. 25 vil uptime is certainly late enough. The food will be in. The gold might be a little bit slow. Should have a 3rd on gold ideally. And this is maybe where one of those nice little resource drop-off tricks could be used on a map like this. You go out a little bit earlier, you take a deer like this long distance, and then build the mining camp, and then have them all on gold. You end up having 4 on gold, and you don't have that extra trip back, as they just end up on the gold anyway. There's going to be a blacksmith, and I imagine a market soon. Is a little bit short on the wood. 6 on woods. Oh, of course, Ethiopian bonus gets 100 gold, so it doesn't actually need to mine any faster. Could have had 1 on gold. And there is the market. So the problem with a market blacksmith build is that you don't have a barracks, and you're not ready to to stop any aggression that comes in. So this could be a problem for Fred in the next little bit, where he's only got 4 on wood, does not have the wood for a barracks, and needs to go, well, at least a tower, and may have to drop multiple towers, as these archers are going to come in with fletching. And they're going to harass these berries. They sure are. With fletching, there could be some problems here for Fred. They can just park themselves here. And there should be some deaths. Yeah, there's one down. And these guys have to run. They sure do. They have to go. Their time is up. And Fred is definitely going for the castle drop here. And Showtells. Going to drop a castle in front of the TC, saving the stone. Going to try and drop one pretty quickly. And I imagine this one is going to be Showtells a little bit more deliberate than the last one, because we are seeing the blacksmith upgrades come in ahead of time. So that's a bit of a giveaway. We didn't have any blacksmith upgrades from Fred in the last game. And this wall is nice enough. Except for that one, that's just slow. And now the tower's not going to be up. Oh, the tower's not going to get up at all. It's not going to get up at all. And I think this could be a problem. Or at least he hides. He's going to lose 2 vills. He's going to lose 1 vill. Try and drop this castle pretty quickly. THRILLHO is up. He's only a minute and a half away. And he's already teching into a good counter to the Showtells. It is Showtells, right? I didn't get that wrong. Yep. Ethiopians are not a civ I've played a lot with. Castle coming down. These archers should probably try to get away. THRILLHO is making more. Well, now they won't. They're going to be stuck under the castle now. How good's the micro? Yeah, good enough. Pretty nice. Oh, no, it loses 2. Not too bad. And a forward workshop too. Ooh. Fast aggression here. Spotted is the workshop. I think they may have been clicked away. No, they haven't. So Fred, very much on the limit when it comes to res. Is able to make 1 Showtell warrior. Has 0 on food. So really needs to get everyone sorted again. Working out where to drop. There's plenty of shorefish here. Drop a mill. Get back on food. Plenty of shorefish near the TC here. Can maybe longish distance some of that. Probably doesn't want to expand any further. Of course, has lost access out this way. It's going to stay on stone though. Looking for another castle. Another castle will be an interesting play. Or is he just selling this stone? Would you go out to more gold? It's a little bit passive. None of the Showtells. They are here. So these guys got 45 HP, 17 attack, 16 base attack. They are strong. But no armor whatsoever. And then they have they have 1 armor upgrade in at the moment. There is a ram on the way. Try and push through. I think for Fred is he doesn't realize exactly how close or how far THRILLHO is. THRILLHO's a little bit further away than these houses suggest. There's a bit of a gap. THRILLHO's made a little bit of everything at the moment. I would have liked to see just full crossbow. Does have elite skirm. He's going to try and sneak around the side. I mean, can't really break through on this side. Castle's protecting enough of this. It's probably not going to work here. And he will need siege pretty quickly as well once he sees... Well, can firmly see the workshops and now can see the ram. And these guys are going to have to come back home. And Fred will be on the attack. And we'll be on a bit of a timer. It's 1 TC versus 3, so the 3 are going to be running around. And you can see the Vils very exposed. Very exposed at the moment. So there is a massive avenue to raid with the Shotels at the moment. Knights or Cav Archer went down there. These buildings will be broken through. And now Fred will realise, well, wasn't actually that much there. He's going to have to keep rolling forward a little bit. Rams are just going to go at things pretty slowly. We're seeing archers being created, but no crossbow upgrade. The crossbow upgrade would be really nice right now. The Shotels might actually break through here. Might. Ooh, knight. This knight's getting a little bit of value. The archers have their castle age upgrades, they just don't have the crossbow upgrade. And that will be it in 30 seconds, which is nice. And suddenly, with the upgrade, this army looks a little bit more menacing. The sound of these crossbows are... they sound stronger. Some elite skirms in there as well. There's decent numbers. Blacksmith is being utilised. Fred's going to try and get a monk out to convert a knight, but there's really not that much else that can be done. It's just the Rams. The Rams can help close in. But the Shotels are otherwise going to get picked off really quickly. And they sure do. And in fact, Fred taps out in that moment. THRILLHO will go up 2-0. With nice defense there against the Rams and the Mangonel. And was able to eventually push this back. And then sit on the front of the base. Being able to hold that without a siege workshop is always nice. And then, yeah. Eventually got that crossbow upgrade. And you can see the difference that the crossbow upgrade makes in that moment there. It certainly helps out a lot. Take a look again at some of the numbers. A bit of a difference in the KD this time. 2-1, roughly. In the eco, I want to say, also in THRILLHO's favour, as he made the extra TCs. And same goes... I was a little bit slower up. Went up to feudal first. Try to go the archer route. Got a little bit of damage. Did kill 2 Vils. Delayed the castle a little bit. Forced some towers, which was nice. And yeah, was able to get up to castle age at a pretty competitive time behind that. You can see again, playing a little bit faster as well. And let's play. Okay, so we're on a version of Stranded here, which has got a fishing ship. So, fishing ship starts, the one that we saw in TTL, 3 villages. And I'm intrigued to see how these players play it. We're going to see TC get dropped here for THRILLHO. Dot coming down for Fred. Fred's got the more the TC that you would expect with a gold mine next to it as well. Now, Stranded. I have practiced this one a lot and a lot of times. This kind of build. Maya, great civ. Now, the way I have done this is dock gets built straight away. Vil comes back for me to help build the town center. And because you need to build a house before the TC goes up, the way I have done it, I think it was 65%. See, I didn't drop a house here. I would go dock, come and help out. Straight into build the TC, help build the TC a little bit quicker. Drop a house here that's going to form part of my walls. And then into the fun. Now, you do want to start pumping out the fishing ships here. You want to be able to go as heavy on wood as you can. And with that, you can then go as like low on food as possible. You want the fishing ships to pretty much carry your eco here. As we see the first elephant come in. Good enough. But yeah, the longer that you can be on wood, the better this is. The more that your fishing ships can get rolling. We can see THRILLHO already getting a fishing ship. And Fred getting loom for now. And of course, they need to keep dropping their houses. This is a pretty boomy map, and I believe it's pretty FC based. Of course, there's a bit of a change since TTL. I think mid Titans League, the water changes came in that allowed the full garrison plus five arrows coming out. But since then, and very recently, you now don't get to shoot arrows out of the dock in the Dark Age. And it's 3 in Feudal Age. So maybe that brings it back a little bit more aggression on a map like this. But I imagine the Fast Castle is still the smoothest. Especially when you consider that, well, when you add 1,000 elo to this level, you're at a level where you can do maybe a 17 vil uptime into something really fast. Whereas, will the idle TCs and will the resource management be absolutely perfect to be able to execute a fast feudal? I mean, I'd love to see it. Feels like it'd be an instant win if you can do it. If you can pull it off at this rough level as I speak. Housed. Elephant coming in now for Fred. The elephant needs to keep rolling. Yeah. Good enough. Notice Fred brings in the elephants as soon as he sees them. There's a bit of extra rotting there. But better to have them than to not have them at all. So 3 is a good number to bring in. Might even try for a 4th here. We'll keep an eye on this one. Just have a look. I guess THRILLHO's got access to 2 and has taken 1 from out here. Let's see how this works. Uses the buffalo to slow the elephant down, which I like. And with loom, shouldn't have too many issues. And look at that. Uses the buffalo again. Very nice. Very smooth. And should be able to bring this 4th elephant in without any real trouble from here. Doesn't need a house. And there we go. 4 elephants for the Maya. Romans, I think, will be on 3 when the time comes. Dropping a mill to go for the deer, which is intriguing. And much like the other game, I think I like the idea of a build that does not rely on a market. Now, the perfect TC spot means you're already underneath the gold. And on this map, it's a lot harder to go for the castle SC Castle drop, which Fred has done the last 2 games. I wonder if it's still a plan here to take the 350 stone and then sell off some gold and still go for the castle drop. Could be a thing. He's going out for this deer out here. Could be about to drop a mining camp on the stone. Who knows? We could find that out in a few minutes. THRILLHO's going to go up on 18 vils. Fred is going to go up a little bit later. Has definitely got the food. And sure enough, check it out. He's over to stone. It was part of the plan to go straight from the deer onto the mining camp. Has to click these guys off pretty soon or else they're not going to drop off the food. I don't think they dropped off the food. No, they are going to in fact walk home. Just missed the timing there, unfortunately. So THRILLHO's got pretty good scouting again. Check this out. There's a big difference here. I reckon it might be the same as the last game. You can see quite clearly the difference in the scouting and how much more THRILLHO has seen. So he knows the location of Fred is in this little area. Meanwhile, Fred doesn't know about half of it. Of course, you are generally going to be like directly opposite, but I don't think it's guaranteed to be the exact opposite spots on the map. So getting the scouting out, knowing where the wood lines are, knowing where you would need to wall, all that little stuff is handy, right? Where could the attacks be coming from? Where could a siege workshop be dropped? Where, you know, what are some nice walls that I could put down near my wood lines? And on this side, like, there's another elephant here as well, by the way. Never got taken. And THRILLHO here has gone up with a scout. Is going to use that to roam around. And we can see here, Fred is going to pretty clearly have the res to go up to the castle age. Just needs the wood for the market. Just needs the wood for the market now. And then he'll be able to click up. Oh, hang on. No, don't drop that building. We're dropping a barracks. We're dropping a barracks. It's going to need to go barracks and then market after that. Or range, I guess, at this point. Opens up the range option, but it will slow down the castle time. And he's on 2 stone piles, actually. So he's going to have no issues dropping the castle once he's up. And we're now seeing that elephant come in as well, which is nice. And there's a Hulk out. We'll keep an eye on... Oh, we can keep an eye on that right now. As it looks like THRILLHO is going to win on the water. My little 2-game sample size says that Fred is not really a water player. THRILLHO's gone, yep, that's an opportunity for more fishing ships. More docks, more fishing ships. You can go absolutely bunter with these. You can go drop 30 fishing ships if you really want to. Just go dock the whole shoreline and go absolutely insane. And then, with the mire, add catapult galleons in him. Scouts roaming around. They can be a nuisance. Forces some quick walls. The inefficiencies as well, as the vills can't all work on the stone at the same time. Forcing a spearman. We're seeing fletching come in now. We did see the range. There will be a castle that comes down for Fred when the time comes. Spearman will get 2 hits on the scout, but the scouts will go away before going down. Instead of going down. And sure enough, they run away. THRILLHO's getting fishing lines, getting all the eco upgrades on the way up to Castle Age, which is quite good. Fishing lines often forgotten. Kind of new. Feudal Age tech from the dock. Scouts are going to come back. Oh, Spearman. Who's paying attention the most? They ran away. A couple more scouts being added for the Romans. Be a nuisance on the house. Be a nuisance on maybe the stone again. Could go back. Loop around. It's looped around to this stone. Oh, nice. Could get a Vil kill here. Should get a Vil kill here. Needs to hit the other one. Oh, gives it up. Castle location is going to go at home. And the stone completed. So the Vils are in trouble here as well. There's 5 scouts. There should be a dead Vil. There is the dead Vil. There could be another dead Vil as well. There are actually 2 that died earlier. And even more are going to go down. This is great damage here for THRILLHO. Won't be able to dive in for the next one. Maybe could have. Bales. Castle goes up for Fred. He's going to be able to create plumes. But he's down 12 eco units. They're in the same age. And now, for the Romans, it's going to be TCs. Plumes are fast. Romans, I would imagine Scorpions are the best defensive measure here. But they are slow. So, 1 or 2 Scorpions could work out quite well, potentially. If you can just keep them at home and not have to move them too much. So, like, have a almost like a Scorpion per town center, to be honest. We're seeing as well gill nets now. So, THRILLHO's going all out fishing ships. That's going to subsidize the food side of the economy. So, 0 farms as well. Notice that. Being able to delay farms is someone who plays a lot of these water maps. The ability to delay farms, as he drops farms, of course. But the ability to delay farms is a big one. It's a really, really big one. If it's fishing ships, you're adding eco, which is nice. Sure, a fishing ship is 75 wood, and a farm is 60 wood, but it's another worker, which is really good. And you can see how that difference is when the idle TC times are similar, the Vil counts are similar, but the worker counts are massively different because of these fishing ships. Makes such a big difference. That stone is about to go down. Oh, that villager was just like, nah, not happening today. It's not happening. Down she goes. Down she goes. And it's going to be a market here. Need to see these plumes. Need to see Bodkin Arrow. Doesn't really have the food for it. I think that's where the market's going to come in. Buy 200 food, click Bodkin Arrow, and then come forward with the plumes. Might want to go for... Actually, plumes are already coming forward. My bad. There's going to be some dead Vils here. And THRILLHO's love for cav archers continues. He's even making a Roman cav archer here. And there is the workshop. I was expecting that workshop a little bit earlier. But the Scorpion defense is probably better than the Skirm defense for the Romans. Romans get cheaper Scorpions. And they have minimum range on them. So the archers can't just waltz right up to the Scorpion here and just start shooting him. It's a little bit harder to do so. Because that Hulk is going to work away on the dock for a very, very long time. And yeah, a couple of Scorpions will help out. But it's a similar position to the first 2 games, to be honest. We've kind of seen the same thing 3 times over. Where Fred has gone for the fast castle drop approach. And THRILLHO has backed in his defense to be able to hold with the extra town centers in the second and this game. And this time does have a workshop. Maybe realized after game 2. Got a little bit fortunate with that one. Gonna go with a workshop. And still running around with cav. I think, again, all 3 games from THRILLHO has seen, like, fast feudal, some feudal army before clicking up to Castle Age. Just getting the map control, keeping an eye on things. Still 10 fishing ships, which is good. Could maybe even go a little bit harder, to be honest. Try another one. Another couple. Drop another dock or two. You can see where the fishing... the fish have been taken already. Especially as the deer are getting exposed. And his plumes can run around and get some kills. And Fred's going to get some positive feelings out of those kills. But then he walks straight into the scorpions. Just to get away. As the spearman goes down there, scorpions drag the plumes away. But this is where, again, you just want to be able to walk around. The plumes use the mobility. If you can use that mobility, go out, jump back in, run around again, and come in from another angle. The scorpions can't keep up. Push yourself all the way around to this side, potentially, as well. THRILLHO's taken the extra stone on that side. Does have another one here if he wants to go for his own castle. But for now, seems like it's alright. He's got 3 TCs. He's booming away. He's adding fishing ships again. Decent plume count. Getting the last armor, getting ballistic. So these guys are going to be a big, big nuisance. They're actually going to be really, really hard to fight. Scorpions will do well. Scorpions don't have ballistics, but with this speed, if I just click on 1.2 tiles, even the scout cab's a bit faster. The knight's not really that much faster than a plume. Scorpions, of course, very slow. And another castle. Oh god, those scorpions are gonna... Those poor plumes. They are gonna have to use that mobility. This is an aggressive castle here. Game-winning castle, if it can, or maybe not game-winning, but it's a really, really good castle if it can go down. Really puts the pressure on a lot of the eco. That's a lot of vills in this area. There's 46 vills here for THRILLHO. He's got 69 of them, so that's two-thirds. Two-thirds of the eco that would kind of be in trouble. You can see what the range looks like at the moment with Bodkin. It goes right up to where these vills are dropping off. So Fred really thinking about it. He's going to try and be as cautious as possible here. THRILLHO can also counter castle. There is a market, so counter castle is an option for THRILLHO here. He does have the eco to sustain it. Does have the fishing ships. I just want to know, where is he going to go for this? What's the plan? Mangonel comes out. I like that addition. Scorpions are going to have to be careful. Vil, slightly uphill, so Vil survives. And Scorpion has to be very careful. One goes down. And here comes the castle. Fred brings enough vills. Fred brings the plumes as well. And it will be a counter castle for blue. This feels pivotal. Big hit from the Mangonel. And another decent hit from the Mangonel. The Scorpion's going to try and roll in here. See if he can take something. Can it take something? Can the castle go up for either player? It looks like the red castle will go up. Will the blue castle go up soon after? There's enough vills. It feels like it's going to. But now there are some problems. THRILLHO can actually click Imp with a bit of a sail. And there it is. Castle is there. Should click Imp pretty quickly. Sell an up and then make petards. And that's the plan now. This castle is firmly a petard off. Attempted mining camp. That's not going to work. You can see the range. No. Unless you're sacrificing the vills for the petards to work out. We got to run. We've got a gold under our other town centre. We don't want to be taking that one. And in fact, the castle's been tasked onto the other castle. So you don't want to give the opponent ideas in case they're not going for petards. You don't want to show a petard. Because then if you show a petard, your opponent goes, oh yeah, petards. Same as Trebs, right? Similar to Trebs. You show 1 treb, your opponent can send some vills and start repairing. You show 4 trebs, your opponent needs to send 20 vills, and they probably can't out-repair it. 28 vills. So, very hard to repair these castles because they are so in range of each other. Keep an eye on the 2 HPs, 400 difference, and in favor of blue. It's going to be close. I mean, blue's like a petard ahead at the moment. The vills are coming in to get involved. We're going to see Mason. Both players are going masonry. Incredible scenes. They're both trying to get masonry on... Well, THRILLHO's going to be up. HP count is very similar. I think masonry will complete for both before the castle goes down. Forced evacuation on the mine castle. There is the masonry, adding some HP, and there will be masonry for red as well. But it is Imperial Age for THRILLHO. He should be able to take this castle down, and down it goes. His castle survives. And now, the Scorpions run straight into... Or sorry, the Plumes run into the Scorpions. And THRILLHO gets the sweep 3-0. And the GG well played is called at the end of it as well. Very, very similar set across all 3 games there. You can see the KD in favor of Fred this time. This was certainly the best showing of the 3. Got the castle down, got the plumes, and got them running around. Got the right upgrades, and they were damaging. And THRILLHO again was able to hold and was in a position. Took some stone, was in a position to counter castle, and that did well enough. Didn't cost him too badly. And of course, on a map with water, if you can play for the water and get those extra eco units running, the better. And you can see, even if they're not doing like amazing work, they're still doing something. They're still doing something, and something is better than nothing. And you can see the redocks around the side, and very, very nice indeed. And to be honest, when you know that there's no pressure, you could just fish trap in the open water too. You go, oh yeah, I got 1,000 wood. You find a time, just go, you know what? Grab these 5 and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fish traps. They don't have to be absolutely perfect. We're not on Black Forest here. 1 tile away, drop 5. You know it's a back-ish dock. Put it on the back dock if you really want to. And there's 5 that are just going to be constantly in a nice spot. Spend some wood. Makes the fishing ships a bit more efficient in the long run. And yeah, that's something else you can do there when you know there's not really going to be any pressure. Like the dock never went down in the end, but it got attacked for pretty much the entire game.